Hey, how you guys doing? I'm back. Went through all the cards, pulled out all my rares, my commons, and my uncommons that I deemed were pretty good, or in combo good with cards that I was reading from then on. I'm going to start with this right here, these two land cards. First land card we have here, the light's not doing so good, so I'm going to bring it up. Okay, first land card we have right here is called Multi-Vault. Okay, you tap one, it gives you 1 mana to pull. If you tap one, it becomes a 2/2 creature of all types to the end of turn. So I've heard that this card is going to be a lot of really good. A lot of my friends are saying it's going to be good. I'm not seeing it. Like, I understand Multi-Vault becomes a 2/2 creature with all the creature types until the end of turn. Now that could be good for, as in, I don't know, for, what was this, Stormcroak Noble maybe, because it has all creature types, and Stormcroak Noble can't be blocked by humans, so it'd be human and a beast and all that, so that when, I don't know, I'm not getting that one so much, but Shimmering Ghetto, it is called, Ghetto, sorry, Shimmering Ghetto, Ghetto, it looks ghetto, look at it, it's like the motherfucker lives next to a fucking waterfall and a river, and it looks greenish. It's ghetto. No, I'm just joking. Okay, add 1 to your mana pool. Tap, add 1 to your mana pool. Tap 1, add 1 mana pool to the choice of your color. Now that'd be good. Well, let's say I have, what's it called? The Stomping Ground on the field, and I have this Shimmering Ghetto. Now, I tap the Stomping Ground for 1 mana, and then I tap the Shimmering Ghetto and call white because I need white. So I just wasted 2 to get 1, but I had 4 mana on the field anyway, including this, and I needed an extra mana to play, an extra plains to play my Boros Reckoner, or an extra fire to play my Boros Reckoner. I don't know. Either way, that was the best example I could think of at the time. That seems like a decent card. Now, the next color we're going to look at is going to be green. Some of these cards are already in sleeves because those are the cards that are going straight into my deck. I'll tell you which ones those are. Savage Summoning. It costs 1. This card cannot be countered, and the next card coming out has flash and also can't be countered, and it gets a 1/1 counter token. Now, if I was to use the reason it makes this good is the only reason I was really wanting it because I was facing right now as a lot of counter cards in the format for standard, so I was like, this is going to be real good because it's going to let me turn Boros Reckoner to a 4/4. It's going to let me turn Smiter, which can already be countered, into a 5/5, but it's allowing me to flash him in to block, and I like that. The thing is, I want to, before I start thinking about putting this into my deck, is if I want to see after rotation, which means after what is it called, Innistrad or the Absent block rotate out, I want to see if counters come in with the new Greek block. If there's a lot of heavies on the counters, then this card's going to be good for me because I like to play aggro decks, and I like to be able to toss out cards without having to worry about them going away. Next card we have up here is called Castwood Hydra. Now, I know the reason, like, it's not that good. A lot of the Hydras aren't that good. But the reason I was thinking this could be good is because you put the X, you put it into the battlefield. I'm not understanding how this would actually work, but if I'm understanding correctly, it says when the Vastwood Hydra dies, you may distribute a number of 1/1 counters equal to the number of 1/1 counters on Vastwood Hydra among any other creatures you control. So does that mean if there's 7 counters on Hydra, I can take and put 7 plus 7 counters on 7 different creatures, or is it just 1 set of creatures? That's things I gotta ask and get answered. This next rare card, uncommon card that I had seen is like Windstorm deals X damage to target creatures with flying. Now, it costs 1, and you're like, oh, creatures with flying. But you know what? One thing that, Lingering Souls is gone, but there are a lot, what deck that's coming out? The Nine Humans deck, or any Humans deck, they've faced with a lot of 1/1 creatures, and they try to get them flying. But this right now, the only reason this card could decently be good is mostly because it costs 1, and you can tap 2 and take down any creatures with flying. I don't know, Slivers? Boom, because there's a Sliver card that gives flying. or you tap 2 and you kill a bunch of Lingering Souls, which will only be good until rotating out. I got a couple of those cards, so I'm going to put them over here. My next set of card right here that I assume it's cost 3. It's Witch Stalker. Wow, why is my camera going in and out of focus? In and out of focus. There you go. Focus, camera, focus. It's still all blurry as fuck. There we go. It is a Witch Stalker. Costs 3, 2 green, 1 colorless. It has hexproof. Hexproof means it can't be targeted by any spells or abilities the opponent controls. When an opponent casts a blue or black spell during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on Witch Stalker. Now, the reason that's going to be good, because right now, blue has, like, a blue spell like Finks Rev was be played on, someone would play it on your turn so they can draw a bunch of cards and then draw into their cards and use those cards on their turn. So blue spell, boom, 1/1 counter. It could stop someone from Finks Revving. It probably won't, but it could. Then for black, it could stop someone, I don't know, from using Tragic Slip. It probably won't stop them, but you get what I'm saying. Hopefully. Now this card really is good, but it's not. But it could make into a good card. Mana Whiff Sliver. It costs 1 colorless, 1 green, and it gives all your slivers you control a 1 mana to whatever color you choose. I see that would be pretty good for a mana rep deck. Now the cards that are going into my deck that a lot of people are, I think, underestimating is this Tusker. I don't know how to say that first word, and I'm not going to try it. It is a 3/3 beast that only costs 2. I like it because it only costs 2, and I can put a 3/3 beast out on turn 2. Oh yeah, that's going straight into my deck. Next color we're going to look at here is blue, my dreaded color. No, I'm joking. This seemed like an interesting card, but nothing that I thought would be a very crazy, very out of control thing that couldn't be controlled. It's a defender card, which means it can attack, like it says there. Whenever it blocks a creature, that creature gets tapped till the opponent's next untap phase. So I attack, you block with this, you block my big dude, that's a 6/6. This doesn't die, but my 6/6 can't be untapped my next turn. I have to wait 2 turns to untap him. I think that's going to be decently used. It can be, maybe not, for the fact a lot of people don't run defender cards. The next card. When this enters the battlefield, you may exile a card. Now, I'm iffy about this. It has a neat ability, and the art is awesome. That's pretty cool. It looks like it's like Captain Morgan tripping on shrooms, playing with, like, I don't know, fucking, what's his guns called? His squirt guns, Super Soaker. But instead of, like, the Super Soaker gun, he thinks the Super Soakers are his hands. And he's like, beep, 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 motherfucker, you wet as fuck, ha ha. But, there it goes, zooming in and out again. When this comes, basically this card right here, when it comes into the battlefield, you may exile a card from your hand, and then you may pay X and tap this card, and you may copy that exiled card without paying the mana cost. It's mana cost. X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card, which I don't get, so I guess you would pay 4 to tap this for, what is it called? 4 counter card rewind, and pretty much what rewind does is you tap 4, you counter a spell, and then you untap 4 mana. I guess it would give you unlimited uses of that card, but I'm not really sure. This seems a little, exile the card, you may not pay its mana cost. X is its converted mana cost, so you don't pay X and then you tap the card. I'm confused. I'll have to figure that out. Now this right here, the reason why this is in here, it's not a very strong card, but the one thing that's awesome about it, sliver creatures you control get flying. Now that's what I was talking about right here. 1 mana to give all your sliver creatures. So if someone makes a 5-color sliver creature deck, come on Xander, you can say it. It can be, that's when that other card would come out and maybe do some good for you. I don't know. I'm a little tired here. Sorcery card you cast this turn has flash. So it lets you turn a sorcery spell like something sorcery spell is something you have to cast during your turn. Now, this would give you 1. You cast this, you get to draw a card, then you get to cast, you get to cast a sorcery card as it had flash, and then you get to draw a card. Because sorcery cards can only be cast on your turn. That's what makes them weird, confusing, and not good at all. Usually, but it could take some of sorcery cards and make them good because it basically gives them instant abilities. Counter target spell with converted mana cost X. Now, right there, you can tap one, and it counters that card because that's what it can't counter the Savage Summoning, but if Savage Summoning was able to be countered, this would allow you to counter it. It would allow you to counter a creature card of like 6 mana if you could do it, or a creature card that lets them bring out a big ass creature, like whatever. And that's pretty much that right here. Now, red, another set of cards that might be going into my deck. I'm not sure. Not this card, but this is a 4-cost card that turns one of your mountains. It turns your land into a 7/7 creature that also still is a land, so you can still use it as mana. What makes it good is it's an aura, it's an enchantment. You attach it to a creature, it's good. It costs 4 mana, you get a 7/7 creature. That's a really good card right there. Now, Young Pyromancer. Now, he is a 2/1, easy to burn, easy to get rid of, but whenever you cast a instant or sorcery spell, you put a 1/1 elemental creature token into the battlefield. Now, that seems good for someone who wants to, that's aggroing with burn cards and stuff like that, so they can be like, oh, look, I have a bunch of chump blockers that I don't care about, and I won't block with him, and that's another one of that. Then there's Mind Sparker. Mind Sparker-ders. It's a holographic. Shiny. Shiny. Look at the shiny. Look at it. Look at it. It's cost 3 mana, 2 red, 1 colorless, and it's still not focusing in and out. Let's see if I can get it. Stupid freaking phone. First strike, whenever opponent casts... Come on, focus. Focus. Focus, you stupid camera. Whatever. Whenever an opponent casts a white or blue instant or sorcery spell, this card does 2 damage. Pretty much, this card takes the place... Wow, they're focused in. This card takes the place of Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe, when your opponent casted an instant or a sorcery, it did 2 damage. This is specifically to white or blue instants or sorceries to prevent damage or to counter a spell. It would deal 2 damage to that opponent. Now, good cards that will be going into my deck because they're awesome is these cards right here. This card right here, Shock. Now, it's self-explanatory. It costs 1, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. It allows me to go, oh, you want to toss out, let's say, I don't know, Brindleboar right here. Brindleboar is a 2/2 creature. You toss it out, I burn... No, better example. What is it called? Voice of Resurgence. Voice of Resurgence, you draw Voice of Resurgence. When Voice of Resurgence leaves the battlefield, it drops an elemental, which is the strength of the creatures on your side of the field. Now, if you burn it right away with this one card, you burn it, the Voice of Resurgence dies, the elemental comes out, the elemental's a 1/1, you burn it with the other shock you have here, only costing 2 mana and burning 2 creatures and not having to worry anymore. These are going into my deck. I will be replacing them with Searing Spear because Searing Spear costs 2 for 3, but this is 1. And I can cost 2 for 4. What? Crazy damage, son! Or I can mix them together. I might keep them in my deck. I'm not so sure. I forgot I had these. Now, this is a card that I saw that I found very interesting. It is Phoenix. It's Shanra's Phoenix. Costs 3. And there goes my camera on focusing again. Focus. Focus. Focus, phone. Focus. Okay, whatever. It's not going to focus right now. It'll focus in a little bit. It has Flying Haste. Haste allows you to attack the moment you summon the creature to the field. Whenever the opponent deals damage, is dealt damage by a red instant or sorcery you control or a red planeswalker you control, return Shanra's Phoenix from the graveyard to your hand. Now, it's cost 3. It's a 2/2 with haste and flying. Now, that lets me swing at people all day because a lot of people have flying creatures. The one thing that makes it awesome for me is the fact that I am about to I have Dame Ray in my deck, which allows me to do damage with a red planeswalker to someone or something like that. So it's good. Like, I can bring it out. Then this right here, Shanra would activate this ability by herself. I do a +1 on Shanra, doing 1 damage to a player, 1 damage to a creature. That creature can't block, and because of that happened, I had her in my graveyard. This comes back into my hand, and I can play it next turn. Bada bing, bada boom. I gotta figure out, make room in my deck. I'll be showing you guys my deck. I'm gonna be videotaping, and I'll upload my deck probably after this video. I'm not sure. This is gonna be a long video. It's like a 20-minute video. Might have to make like 39 parts. Cut it into 2 minutes. And then you guys will just have to click on every video, because that's what you're going to have to deal with, because I'm awesome, and you love it, and you love it, you want it, you want it, you want to touch it. Touch it. Touch it. Okay. I'm going to try to speed through this. This is Archangel Thune. It is a 5-drop card. It has lifelink, flying, and whenever you gain life, each creature you control gets 1/1 counter. Awesome. Love it. May be putting it in my deck if aggro doesn't do so good. I had to switch to mid-range, and that is a card that would be going in my deck for sure. This is Banishing Priest. Banishing Priest acts, like I said in the beginning of the video, acts like, what was it? Fiend Hunter. It comes into the battlefield, and it takes a card off the battlefield. It's like a control card. It's going to be decent. It costs 3, 2, and I like it. Now, Angels of Court is a pretty difficult card to play with. It is a 4-drop. It's a 4-drop enchantment. If you've gained more than 4, if you've gained 4 life at least at this turn, you put a 4/4 angel token with flying onto the battlefield. That can be very good if your deck is heavy and lifelink. All you gotta do is like, oh, I gained 4 life. I get a 4/4 angel token that shits on your chest next turn. Boop boop. She's gonna teabag you, son. Teabag you all day. That's gonna be now. One card I am not excited for is Silence. I hate this card. This card's so stupid, because you know what someone says? Oh, your turn, you're like, draw. They're like, I tap 1, I play Silence, you can't do shit this turn. Poop, poop, sad face, poop, poop, sad face. You're gonna cry? You're gonna cry home to mommy? And yes, I will go cry home to mommy, and mommy come home and kick you ass! Next card is Path to Bravery. I got so many cards to talk about. Freaking racist people. As long as your life is greater or equal to your starting life, creatures you control get 1/1. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control attack, you gain life to equal the creatures attacking. What? That would go very great with Angel Accord, because it's a 3-drop, and all your creatures get 1/1, and as long as all your creatures attack, you gain 4 life. If you have more than 4 creatures attacking, you gain 4 life, you get a 4/4 to fucking shit tipping token, whatever, angel thingy-mabob. Brave the Elements. Choose a color. White creatures you control. Protection from the color you have chosen. No, it's a pretty decent card, because the fact, if someone was trying to, I don't know, like, destroy one of your cards real quick, you cast this out, and you go, no, sir, protection from purple. Well, purple's not a color. Yes, it is, douchebag. It's color. Oh, my mat's purple. That's a color, you fags. Whatever. That's how serious Magic gets, man. People start talking like children. Then there's Vampire Warlord. 5. Sacrifice another creature, regenerate Vampire Warlord. It is a 4/2. Now, the reason why this is in my pile is in combo with this card. Now, some people might think it's good, but a lot of people, my friends, might not think it's not good at all. But it would be good for a casual deck for sure. I don't know how. It would have to be implemented with a lot of other cards that can be regenerated. Now, this card you need to sacrifice a card. You sacrifice this card, but it says when it dies, I made a mistake. I need to pay attention. I don't pay attention. No, sad face. That won't work. Stupid wordplay. I fuck you. I fuck you in the ass. You like it? I'm gonna go kill myself now. Lena's Reaver. I thought this card was pretty interesting. Ah, my butthole. It has Death Touch. Whenever this card is dealt combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you put a 2/2 zombie token in the battlefield. That would work in good combo. There's a lot of cards that in black that are bringing tokens out, which would do good with Vampire Overlord, and then have a shiny. It's so sexy. Ooh, you can like see his heartbeat. Boom da, boom da, boom da, boom da. Pooty 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 tang, pooty 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 tang, pooty 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 Quick, quick. Mama, tooty bitty bitty. I'm Mr. Dancing Zombie. Zombie dancing, man! Okay. Then Doomblade. Everyone knows Doomblade. It destroys a non-black creature, and it only costs 27. That's a good card. Costs 27, destroys one creature. Then Siphon Sliver! Shiver. My phone is not focusing again. This is a 3-drop that gives your Sliver creatures lifelink, which, like I said, if anyone built a 5-color Sliver deck, it would shit on people, poop out colors of green and Shamrock. I don't even know if Shamrock's a color. But there's a 3-drop. I've been informed Shamrock color would be green. Whenever this Necromancer card or another human creature you control dies, put it to black zombie creature into token into the battlefield. Like I said, black has a bunch of fucking throw tokens in the battlefield, shit on your face, make you cry like a little baby girl. Now, here's another set of cards that I was